Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Dallas Center Grimes High School. Before we begin tonight's show, we have just a few quick things to announce. No food or drinks are allowed in the auditorium. We have excellent facilities here, and we ask that you help keep them pristine. Between the acts, we will have a brief 10-minute intermission. The cast has asked me to remind everyone that there is no flash photography during the performance. We would like to avoid any deer-in-the-headlight looks tonight. We want to thank Dylan Weigel, who designed our program. He is a part of Mr. Mertz's Microsoft Office class. There has been a last-minute change in the cast. The role of Athena will be played by one of the cutest little dogs you have ever seen, Stella Coons. And if you haven't already, make sure you purchase some raffle tickets for a wild pink sweatshirt signed by the cast and crew. The tickets are going to be $1 each, and you can purchase them during intermission, and the lucky winner will be announced before we begin Act 2 of the play. That is all I have for you right now. If you would please turn off all cell phones and other technology, we invite you to sit back, relax, laugh your rear end off, and enjoy the Dallas Center Grimes High School Drama Department's production of Wild Pink.
You lost the bet. You owe me the money.
No, I'm not going to pay you anything because you cheated.
Cheat? No, I did not cheat, Patrick. I won fair and square.
Afternoon, boys. What is it that we're arguing over this time?
Pigs, Paul. Patrick and Vic both bet me that I couldn't catch Patterson's old greased-up pig. But I did. And now Vic's paid his share, but Patrick hasn't. I don't see how that's fair.
What did he bet, Robert?
Well, Patrick and Vic both bet me $20, Paul. Now, like I said, Vic's paid his share, but Patrick hasn't. I think you should make Patrick keep his end of the bargain.
Did you lose the bet, fair and square, Patrick?
Well, yes, sir, I lost, but I don't know if it was fair or not. How was I supposed to know he was going to coax that old pig to come over to him by stealing his food? It was cheating, in my opinion.
Paul, you've always taught me to use my brains. So I did. I can't help it that pig just saddled up right next to me. Besides, you know I could use that money for my college fund.
Well, I know you boys have been wanting to go to college, but as you know, money's been a bit sparse these last few years. I may have a solution, though, if you're interested.
Interested, Paul? You know I've been saving every dime. What kind of solution are we talking about?
Well, I got a call from a relative of your mother's today.
How does that help me?
I'm getting to it. Just hold your pants on. Now, this relative is your great aunt, Miss Harrington. She's from the rich side of the family. You know, the one that disowned us when your mother married me? Anyway, dear old Miss Harrington called to let me know that she's been thinking about what she wants to do with her money when she's not able to manage it anymore. And, as her only remaining relatives, you three have caught her interest.
Well, I don't understand, Paul.
Well, your mother and her aunt weren't exactly close. Far from it. In fact, that old broad used to call up your mother just to antagonize her. You see, she knew that your mother was worried about what the future would hold for her 3 children, and her obvious lack of money was something that Miss Harrington took great pleasure in discussing. Your mother tried hard to ignore some of the outrageous things that woman said, but her nastiness still stung. I wanted to tell that old bat more than once where she could stuff her money, but your mother begged me not to. Anyway, now that dear old Miss Harrington is dying, I guess she wants to make amends. Like I said, she doesn't have any other family left but us. She wants to sign over her millions to 3 kids before she passes on.
Wait, you mean we're gonna be rich, Paul?
Millions? Did I hear millions?
Gosh.
I could go to vet school with that kind of money. Hear that, Patrick? We're gonna be rich!
Dude, yes, lost the
Well, there is one little bitty, teeny, tiny little problem.
Well, what's that, Paul?
Yeah, Paul, what problem?
Mom, whatever it is, we can handle it.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you boys would say. You 3 deserve a break. We've lost this farm a long time ago if it weren't for you. All you boys would have to do is go up to Miss Harrington's and act respectable for a few days. She just wants to get to know you, and then she'll sign over her millions.
Well, what's the problem with that, Paul? We'll clean up real good.
Oh, yeah, Robert's right. If we all put on our Sunday clothes and cut out all the swearing and fighting, We'll make a great impression on that old bat.
You boys make me proud. Your mom and I both knew that you were all smart. Now, you have a chance to prove it.
Ow. Tell us, Paul.
Yeah, Pa, tell us.
Well, one day your mama got fed up with Harrington's constant bragging and she decided to put a stop to it. See, she knew Harrington craved to have a bunch of kids of her own. The bat never had any. So, every chance your mama got, she bragged about her wonderful children to that woman.
That's our mom. And now the old bat wants to give her only relatives all of her millions? That's just downright generous of her.
But, Paul, you still haven't explained the problem.
You don't miss anything, son. Miss Harrington wants to give her money to you three because, well, she thinks you're girls.
What did you just say?
Girls.
But Pa, we're...
She thinks I have 3 beautiful daughters, not 3 intelligent sons.
Now, here's a question. Where in Sam heck would she get an idea like that from?
Well, your mother sort of planted the idea in that old bat's head.
And why would she do that?
Now, you heard me. Caroline told her aunt that she had 3 daughters because, well, Miss Harrington doesn't care too much for boys. The way I remember it, Harrington has always gone around talking about the sins of the male species. She thinks we're all spawned from the devil.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying, now she's not to leave her money to a bunch of boys. If y'all want that money, you're gonna have to look and behave like sweet, loving girls.
It's a real funny joke, Pa.
Afraid this is the only way. Miss Harrington wants to send my 3 lovely daughters up to her place for the weekend to visit.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Our rich great-aunt Harrington thinks you have 3 daughters?
Yep, and 3 adopted sons, of course. Told the old bat I wouldn't feel right about sending my 3 precious daughters so far away without proper protection, so I'm sending my boys along too.
Paul, you're serious, aren't you?
I'm dead serious, which is what Harrington will be in a few months.
Pa, how are we supposed to pull off something like this?
Yeah, Pa, we can't.
I don't see why not. Miss Harrington never sees you and your sisters together in one place. She'll never guess our secret. If the old broad wants girls, you 3 will have to drive up to her place and give her girls.
Us 3? Well, what about you, Pa? Aren't you coming with us?
Did I mention that Miss Harrington and I had a falling out years ago?
No.
After your mother's passing, the old woman doesn't want anything to do with me. Just listen to me now. Poor old Miss Harrington wants to spend some time with my sweet daughters before she drops dead. I don't see why you 3 can't grant her her last wish.
Well, Pa, I hate to be the one to break this to you, but we're not daughters.
I know that, and you know that, but she doesn't. All it'll take is a little acting on your boys' parts. Can't you see it in your hearts to do this for your mama? This might be your only chance to get out of here.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. What you're asking us to do, it's kind of way out there.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing too, Robert. But Pa does have a point. We're not going to get off the farm if we don't at least try. I say we give it a shot.
Yeah, me too. I can handle Rich.
What about if she finds out, guys?
Then we'll just make sure she doesn't find out.
Yeah, Robert, we've done stranger things than this before. Where's your sense of adventure?
Adventure? Patrick, this is a little beyond that. Not only would we have to dress and act like socialites, but we'd have to be pretty darn convincing as well. How are we going to do that howdy-doody?
Practice, of course. I've already taken the liberty of inviting those 2 pretty girls y'all like over here for some nice refreshments.
You mean Jenny and Jilly? Paul, between the both of them, they haven't got a single working brain cell.
You scared, big brother?
You're darn straight. Jilly doesn't know the meaning of the word no. I keep telling her that I'm not interested, but she just won't listen.
Come on, Robert, it has to be them. There are no other girls around here stupid enough to not figure out what we're doing.
That's if we can even get them to come over. I mean, remember last time? Robert almost ran Jilly over with the tractor. Wonder if she's forgiven him yet.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, come on. We can learn to imitate Jenny and Jilly. We'll pass old Miss Harrington's inspection for sure.
So then, is it settled?
I'd say it's settled. How about you, Robert?
Yeah, I'm in. I'll do anything in order to go to college.
That's the spirit, boys. Do it for Mama. The girls should be here any minute. I'll go throw some cookies in the oven.
Do it for Mama.
Oh, here they come. Be polite, Robert. Howdy, girls.
Hi, Robert. You look handsome today.
Hi, Jilly. Hi, Jenny.
Thank you for inviting us. You're the sweetest man I know.
I didn't even say.
Hey, Robert. I'm sorry, girls. He's a little bit shy, but please have a seat.
Yeah, let's see. I want to go.
Come on, sit down.
Let me sit.
Thank you so much. Is there something on?
No, of course not. Why don't you girls tell us about your day?
Oh, you don't want to listen to us ramble on about dumb girl stuff. Surely you want to talk about something more interesting?
Nah, we love hearing about dumb stuff. I mean, we love to hear about your day. Isn't that right, Robert?
Yeah. Well, hey, is that new nail polish, Jilly?
My nail polish? Why, Robert Hollis, you're always surprising me. I never thought you'd be interested in nail polish or even notice that I had any on. I could talk about nail polish all day.
Of course you could. I mean, yeah, I am interested. What color is that? It's, amazing.
Robert, it's called Wild Pink, if you must know.
Wild pink. Did you hear that, Patrick? Take out your notepad and write that down. Wild pink.
Now, why would you three want to write something like that down? You three are acting awfully strange.
Well, we were going to...
Oh, it's for me. Yeah, I'll admit it. I've been thinking about painting my
Pig's toenails.
Yeah, that's it, my pig's toenails. You remember Maggie, don't you? Well, I think she would just love to have her nails painted such a pretty color. You know, just like your nail color. Don't you agree, guys?
Oh, yeah, wild pink. She'll be the prettiest pig on our farm.
Yeah. And, what's that perfume you're wearing, Jilly? It's magnificent.
Robert, it's called Sweet Honesty. It's absolutely my favorite. Here, get a closer whiff.
Sweet honesty. Did you get that, Patrick?
Yep. Sweet honesty. Oh, and one could buy this particular perfume where?
Oh, the corner drugstore has it. Robert Hollis, are you planning on buying Jilly a gift?
Yep, that's exactly what he's thinking.
Of course he is, Jenny. Why else would they be asking us these questions? When y'all called, I just knew something was up. I've always liked you, Robert, and I'll accept your proposal as soon as you ask.
My what? Well, hey, Pa, are those cookies done yet?
Hold your horses on, boys. Here they are, nice and fresh from the oven. I'll go get y'all some milk. Can't have cookies without milk.
Thanks, Pa. Here you are. Yes. Hey.
These are so good.
I know that cookies are the best.
You all should have some before my brothers eat them all.
Give me one.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh, Robert, would you be a sweetie and get me a napkin, please?
Sure. We have some right here. This suits your fancy?
Oh, thank you. I've never used toilet paper as napkins before.
Here y'all go. Nice refreshing milk. For you and your lovely guest.
No, thanks, Paul.
Yeah, nice apron, Paul.
Well, that was certainly divine.
Oh yes, simply delicious.
So, what else should we talk about? We could stay here all day if you want us to.
Yes, our schedules are completely empty.
Just like your heads. Oh, it was nothing really. You know, I was just looking at the time. I think it's time for y'all to be going. We have a thing we're supposed to be doing.
But,
Thing? Oh, yeah, you're right. That thing. Sorry, girls, you can't stay any longer. Maybe next time.
Yes, please forgive my brothers. They tend to forget the simplest things.
well, I guess if you have something to do, we'll have to go. It was so nice of you to invite us over. Did you hear him, Jenny? He apologized for his brother's forgetfulness. I think he's finally ready to ask me. Really? Oh, certainly. Weren't you paying attention? What else would he want to know? The color of my nails and the name of my perfume. He's going to buy me a gift. I just know it. Probably one to go with my ring. Ooh, I hope it's a big diamond.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye. What?
Is there anything you want to tell us, Robert? Anything, I don't know, special?
Yeah, like when's the wedding date?
The what? Patrick, I am not getting married to that. She's a nutcase, Patrick.
Aw, but Julie thinks you're so adorable.
Oh, I don't give a who what Julie thinks. I want to find a girl with at least enough brains to fill a thimble. You know she doesn't even qualify.
You know, if Aunt Millie finds out that you're such the charmer, we can just kiss our millions goodbye. I mean, once we get over to her place and you're all dressed up as a female, you can't exactly go flirting around with the other females.
I was not flirting, Patrick.
Oh, sure you weren't, bro. Then explain to us why she thinks you two just got engaged.
We did not get engaged.
All right, whatever you say, Robert. Okay, guys, right now we need to find a way to convince good old Aunt Millie that we're girls. We can't afford any screw-ups. Now, are you two with me or not?
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's practice.
Oh, we should cross our legs like, yeah, this. Didn't you see Jenny and Jilly do that?
Oh, yeah. You know what else they were doing? They were playing with their hair,
yeah.
twirl it in circles. We should do that.
Okay.
Look at my fingernails, Robert. Aren't they pretty? It's wild pink, you know.
Kinda looks like dark dirt to me.
Why, Victoria, your nails are simply delightful. Did you say it was wild pink? Oh, I just have to get me some of that.
And your perfume, brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, sister. It smells so heavenly. Is this something new?
Oh, it certainly is. It's called Wild Pink. Here, get it closer.
Oh.
Nice touch.
All right, I think that was pretty good. Oh, hey, we should go shopping and get ourselves some new clothes.
And wigs. Let's not forget those.
All right, but let's focus on getting some dresses first. Girly dresses. Ones that'll show off our feminine curves.
What curves? I'm not looking for clothes like that around here. I don't know about you guys. I'm not. No way.
Yeah, Patrick's a little right. Maybe we should head into the city where nobody knows us. That way, if anything goes wrong, nobody will think we're weird or anything.
Robert, I don't care what people think. My reputation as a ladies' man is all set.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's why you've got ladies hanging all over you.
More than you, that's for sure.
Your dreams.
Did you see what happened earlier?
What?
Hey, get off me, scrub. Listen, in case you've forgotten, there's millions of dollars riding on this weekend. We're gonna have to work together if we're gonna pull this off.
Yeah, I'm with you, Robert. What if I look good in pink?
Why, Patricia, you look smashing in pink. Or any other color for that matter. You know, of the three of us, I'd definitely say you're the most feminine-like. A real hottie, wouldn't you say so, Vic?
For sure. We might not even have to put makeup on you, Patrick.
You're gonna need makeup pretty soon, buddy.
Be nice now, Patricia.
I'll try, Roberta dear, but it'll be very hard.
Oh, that's okay. I'll beat you up.
Hey! Come on. Let's go shopping. We've got to turn ourselves into beauty queens. Starting with Patrick.
Come on, Patrick.
What kind of dress should we get for him?
Make note of this for me, Olivia. I have a meeting tomorrow morning at 9 with the CEO of the Harrington Foundation. Oh, we're going to go over 4 new candidates for the scholarship at the university. What happens if these 4 aren't worthy? Oh, well, then we'll start all over again. Oh, we've done it before. Is there anything else I need to know?
Oh, yes. The Hollis boys arrived earlier, and we put them out in the guest house, just like you asked.
Thank you for taking care of that for me. I should have known they were already here. Athena has been barking like crazy. You know she only barks when there are strange men in the house. Will you make a note to call the vet?
Yes.
Oh, and the girls? Are my nieces here yet? I just can't wait to meet them. Their mother used to tell me such wonderful things about them. It'll be such a comfort to know I'll be handing my money over to such smart young women, don't you think?
Of course.
Oh, is there anything else?
Oh, yes. The writer from Rich and Famous magazine called this morning to remind you of her visit this afternoon.
Oh, yes, I remember. There's just so much to do before the girls get here. I don't know what I'd do without you, Olivia.
I don't know what I'd do without you either, Miss Harrington.
What is this here?
Oh, that was a note from yesterday.
Oh, should I get it? No, dear, let the maid get it. That's what I paid her for. Call her, will you?
Yes, ma'am. Katrina, dear! Yes, ma'am? The door, please.
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
Why, hello there, young woman. Is Mildred home? The name's Wesley. Mr. Wesley from the staff, and this is Sasha.
Oh, Tony, Sasha, it's so nice to see you both again. What brings you to my part of the world?
Well, I was hoping Sasha and I were hoping to spend some time with you. We were saying how nice it would be to get to spend some time with our dearest old friend.
Thank you. Do come in and have a seat. I'm so glad that you came. I've been feeling quite well, and I'm so glad that I get to see all of you.
Oh, we heard you were ill.
Oh, I'm healthy as can be. Oh, dear, will you bring us some tea?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Well, touche, old girl. Sasha and I were just talking about you. We were saying how nice it would be to get to spend some time with you. You do have extra rooms, don't you? We'd like to stay in one place for a while.
Yes, we would, Mildred. Traveling is so exhausting. Please let us stay here for a few days.
Well, of course I will. Oh, thank you, dear. Where was I? Oh, you wanted to know if you could stay at my place. You are my dearest friends. How could I ever say no? I'll have to warn you, though, I've already made plans for the weekend, and I'm afraid I won't be available very often. The demanding life of a businesswoman, you know. Olivia, dear, will you see to it that Mr. and Mrs. Weston have a nice, comfortable room to stay in?
Of course. Don't forget about the girls, Miss Harrington.
What girls?
Oh, I've invited my 3 great nieces to spend the weekend with me.
Great nieces. Oh dear, I didn't know you had any family left.
Oh, well, of course I do. I've never met them before, but they are my nieces nonetheless. I'm going to teach them all about my financial empire. They will be the ones to inherit everything once I've made my grand exit.
Everything?
Oh, why, yes. I'm going to leave them every penny I own.
Do you think that's wise? Like you said, you don't know anything about them. For all you know, they could be out to steal you blind.
Well, pardon me?
I mean, to leave all your money to people you haven't even met yet, I for one think you'd be more wise before doing something so rash.
Well, I never do anything rash, Tony. You should know that.
Well, I certainly would like to meet the girls, and if you do find them incapable of managing their fortune, I for one could always help.
Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate the offer. Perhaps you and your wife should go up to your room and get settled in before dinner. The girls should be here by then. Oh, Olivia, will you call the maid?
Yes.
Katrina!
Yes, ma'am. Attend to the Wesleys.
Oh, show them to the room and make sure they have whatever they need.
Yes, ma'am. Right this way, please.
Oh, I do hope you enjoy yourselves.
Dennis?
I'll get it.
He's all the way from Paris.
Oh, I've heard that's
Dr. Smith, come on in. I'm here to see Athena.
Well, thank goodness you're here. My poor baby needs you.
Poor baby! Athena's anything but that. Last time I was here, she practically bit my hand off, and it wasn't my fault. The meds I gave her don't seem to be doing any good.
Well, then give her something else.
Yes, ma'am.
I do hope nothing is wrong with her.
Well, I'm sure Athena is fine, Miss Harrington. Dr. Smith is a wonderful doctor, even though he is a bit irritating.
Well, I agree with you there, dear. But he's been with Athena ever since she was a puppy.
That dog is evil! She tried to bite my hand off! Can you believe that?
Well, I'm sure she was just trying to be friendly.
Friendly? If I had any sense, I'd put her to sleep. Permanently. That way she wouldn't be able to bite anyone ever again.
That is an absolutely terrible thing to say. I know her size is remarkable, but you're a vet. You should be able to handle her with no problems. Oh, what did you give her this time?
Nothing. I just sent the beast outside for some fresh air. And she's just going crazy. Maybe one of your guests is the problem.
My guess? But I don't understand. Mr. Wesley's been here many times before, and Athena's never put up this much of a fuss. Oh, what do you suggest?
My advice is to leave her outside as much as possible when the Wesleys are around.
Oh, of course, I should have thought of that. But thank you for coming on over on such a short notice.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be on call if you need anything else.
Thank you, Dr. Smith.
I'll get it. Again. May I help you?
Yes. My name is Scarlett Johnson. This is my photographer, Sam. I believe Miss Harrington is expecting us.
Oh, yes, I'll go get her for you.
Great.
Oh, why, Miss Johnson. Welcome to my home.
Thank you for inviting us.
How is the article coming?
Great. In fact, my article about the most powerful women in America is almost complete. Once you take a few pictures, slide it up a bit, it should be ready to publish next month's issue.
That's great news. Oh, you remember my assistant Olivia, don't you? She's my personal assistant.
Nice to see you again. Why don't we have a seat and we can discuss the types of pictures you're looking for?
I'll let Sam fill you in on the particulars. My part of this project is basically done. This is her show now.
Sam?
Well, for starters, I was wondering if I could get some pictures of Miss Harrington talking with her friends or family. Is that a possibility?
Oh, certainly. I've invited my 3 great nieces over for the weekend. You could get some pictures of all of us together.
That'd be great.
And perhaps you two should stay for the night. You never know when a good photo opportunity will arise. And, of course, I'd like to preview everything before it's published. Oh, will that work, Olivia?
Yeah, that should work perfectly, Miss Harrington.
Why don't we begin with a few pictures in the study? I think our readers might be interested in seeing a few pictures of you two working together.
Certainly. And perhaps we could take a tour of the garden later? My gardener does such a wonderful job, and I like the possibility of including some of his landscape photos with the article. Oh, will that work?
Yes, ma'am, I'll try.
Great.
All right, ladies, if you'll follow Miss Harrington to the study, we can begin there.
I have a nice big bay window behind my
excuses. Yes, we are. May we come in?
What? Girls? Oh, my goodness. Are you three Carolyn's girls?
Yes, ma'am, that's us.
And you would be...
It's Aunt Millie, Patricia. Our father has told us so much about you.
I'm sure he has. Are you absolutely certain that you're Carolyn's daughters? Jebediah's children?
Why, yes. Who else would we be?
Oh, look, Olivia, it's Carolyn's beautiful children. Don't they look adorable? Yes, ma'am.
They're adorable.
Oh, do come in and have a seat. I apologize for my dog. He usually doesn't bark unless there are strange men in the house. I don't know what has gotten into her. Oh, Olivia, dear, would you make a note to call that vet again and have Dennis take her outside for now? Right away. And now, what were your names? I don't believe I caught them.
I'm Roberta. I'm the oldest.
I'm Victoria. I'm the second oldest.
But I am by far the prettiest. I'm Patricia.
It certainly is nice to finally meet you girls. It's going to be such a great weekend.
Our father said you wanted to have us here to discuss some important business matters.
Oh, yes, but business can wait for now, don't you think?
She's right, of course. Now is not the time.
Well, as long as we get the money, I see. I mean, business can wait as long as our great aunt wants. We're not going anywhere, are we, sisters?
Oh, yeah, nowhere at all. I still can't believe we're here.
Well, me either. Well, ladies, what shall we talk about? Oh, Aunt Millie, I got some new nail polish. It's called Wild Pink.
Miss Harrington doesn't like to be called Millie. She's very particular about that.
Olivia, it's quite all right, dear. These girls are family. If Roberta wants to call me Aunt Millie, she is certainly welcome to do so. I know I haven't been much of an aunt to you three girls, but I plan to remedy that this weekend.
Well, we'd like that very much. Thank you for having us here, Aunt Millie.
Oh, Aunt Millie, I'm wearing a new perfume. Do you want to smell? It's called Sweet Honesty.
Oh, well, that smells rather interesting.
I had a feeling you would like it.
I apologize, Aunt Millie. They do try to look as good as I do.
Watch it, Patricia. I'd hate to have to snap your pretty little neck right here in front of our aunt, but I do it.
Back off, you two!
I'm sorry, Aunt Millie. These two, they usually don't bicker this much. We're just a little nervous about being here. We apologize.
Yes, I apologize. It's not very ladylike of us to be like this.
Yeah, me too. I apologize.
Oh, it's perfectly understandable. No apology needed. I like girls with a little bit of spunk in them, and you poor things must be exhausted.
Well, no, we're fine.
Yeah, we're not tired at all.
Oh, well, that's great news. I have such fun things planned for us this weekend. I've invited my grooming entourage over tomorrow, and you girls are going to get first-class facials. And I've also requested a waxing for each one of you. Doesn't that sound marvelous?
Waxing?
Oh, why, yes, dears. Waxing is all the rage. I know your father probably never had the means to offer his children such luxurious things, but I do. By the time I'm done with you three, you'll be the prettiest girls for miles around.
Oh, but I like my hair.
Oh, not on your head, dear. Your mother didn't tell me you were such a card. No, my girls will wax everything, absolutely everything, but the hair on your lovely heads. And it'll only hurt a little bit when they rip the tape strips off.
Rip it off?
Everything?
Of course. Well, once the pain is over, trust me, you'll never miss it. Isn't that right, Olivia?
Right, ma'am. You'll never miss it.
I'm just so glad to have you girls here. Oh, we'll be serving supper soon in the main dining hall. I've asked the chef to prepare a small salad. I hope you're hungry.
A small salad?
But I'm really hungry. I'm sure a steak and some whole fries would suit us a lot better. Don't you agree, sisters?
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm starved.
Oh, don't be silly. Everyone knows that eating meat isn't good for you. Haven't you read the health magazines? No, my chef will prepare a salad that'll satisfy your taste buds. And, oh, Olivia, will you show the girls to their room? I have some important phone calls to make before dinner, and then we'll all get together. Oh, it's gonna be such a wonderful weekend. Olivia?
Yes, ma'am. All right, girls, we'll go this way. Where are your suitcases?
Oh, we didn't bring any. We like to travel light. We were going to have our brothers bring them in the morning.
Oh?
They're such kind young men.
Oh, and don't forget, they're handsome too.
Whatever you say. This way. Miss Harrington is so excited to have you girls here this weekend.
Yay.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I wasn't counting on this complication. Who would have ever guessed Mildred still had family slinking around?
Do you think she'll get us what we want now? I hate to think that we've traveled all this way here for nothing.
Oh, she'll do it, darling. Quit worrying. We're her best friends, isn't that what she said?
But what about her nieces? What if she decides that her 3 relatives are more important than us? I don't think I'd be able to bear it if she did.
Well, we'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen, won't we?
Do you think we can?
Of course we can. I have a plan.
Okay, a plan. Always the next plan. What will it be this time?
Trina,
Dennis?
did you see those girls? They have got to be the ugliest things this side of the Pacific.
Oh, Dennis, be nice. They can't help what they look like. Besides, Miss Harrington thinks they have potential, so do I. In fact, I'd like to get to know them a little bit better before I make any judgments.
Yeah, right. Am I supposed to believe that? You're just hoping they'll introduce you to their adopted brothers.
Well, what's wrong with that, Dennis? Think about it. As soon as Miss Harrington signs over her millions to her 3 nieces, the whole family will be rich. They'll have so much money, they won't even know what to do with it all. This is our opportunity to cash in.
Your opportunity, you mean? Still, it couldn't hurt to be nice to the bunch. After all, they could be our next employers.
Employers? I don't think so. I'm gonna reach a little bit higher than that. And if I were you, I'd do the same. You should cozy up to Roberta, since she's the oldest. I'm sure she'll be the one with the most authority around here.
How would you suggest I do that? What would I even say to her?
Well, that's simple. Just ask her brothers.
Her brothers?
Of course, Dennis. They came with them from Minburn, or wherever it was they came from, didn't they? I'm sure if you asked them, they'd tell you anything you want to know.
You're right, I guess. I don't really want to spend the rest of my life as a butler.
Oh, but I can't stand the more maids sometimes. I swear this tray gets heavier every day.
Mildred, I simply adore your chef. Do you think I could steal her away from you?
Oh, I highly doubt it. Oh, we go back a long ways, and she's my own special treasure.
Well, how about Olivia then? She seems like a wonderful sister.
Oh, she is. I simply adore Olivia. I don't know how I would live without her.
How rude of you, dear. Mildred is being so kind to us by letting us stay here, and you're plotting her to steal her hired help. Shall we go out for that walk you promised me before we wear our welcome?
Of course. We'll be back soon, everyone.
Oh, well, let me show you to the door.
I'm starving.
Well, wasn't that a fine meal? I told you my chef was worth the money.
Yes, it was, Aunt Millie. Do you think we could talk for a moment?
Oh, yes, dear. Is something the matter?
Yes. You see, I don't think I'm feeling well enough to get myself waxed tomorrow.
Oh, Roberta, dear. Are you afraid of getting waxed?
It's not that, Aunt Millie. Gosh. It's just that
She's sick. Very sick. I'm sorry, Millie. Those salads you gave us were more than our poor systems are used to. Come to think of it, I'm not feeling too well either. How are you, Patricia?
Oh, well, I feel perfectly Bloated! Bloated, that's it. Oh, excuse me, Aunt Millie.
Yes, excuse Patricia. What she lacks in manners, she makes up for in other things.
What things? Oh, Olivia. Sorry. Well, if you girls were still feeling unwell by tomorrow, I wouldn't want to cause you any more discomfort. Perhaps we should just order facials instead? How does that sound?
Well, that works for me. How about you guys? Girls. I mean my sisters. Sisters, how does that sound?
Gee, facials sound great, Roberta. My face has felt pretty rough lately.
Well, that's because you haven't shaved in like that.
Shaved?
Yes, Aunt Millie. Victoria has a facial hair problem. It's a 5 o'clock shadow thing. It grows like mad, you know? If I didn't know any better, I'd think she was a man. But we all know that's not a possibility, right?
Yes, I understand. Facial hair is nothing to be ashamed about. Isn't that right, Olivia?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, I'll just tell the ladies to pluck it all off your face. One chin hair at a time. Then you won't have to worry about it for a while.
Pluck it out? Gee, thanks, Olivia. You're such a
Kind and thoughtful person.
What'd you do that for?
Well, pardon me, dear sister. I thought I saw a bug. Can you ever forgive me?
Until later, dear sister. Until later.
Well, then it's all settled.
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Oh, hi, Jack. I mean, Mr. Hines. Yes? Yes? Oh, right. She's right here. It's Mr. Hines. Perhaps you should take this in the study?
Yes, Mr. Hines is my accountant. I really should speak with him. Come along, Olivia. Oh, and girls, make yourselves at home. We won't be gone long.
Okay, Aunt Millie.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. That was close. There was no way I was going to get myself waxed.
This would certainly go down a lot easier if you didn't tell her about my facial hair. Thanks a lot, bro. And I'll punch her lights out.
Oh, bring it anytime, Vic.
Hey, knock it off, you two. All we have to do is sit back and relax for a while. Besides, think of it this way. Aunt Millie's beauticians are probably a host of hot young women who are ready and willing to pamper us till we can't stand it anymore. I'm getting excited.
You know, Patrick, I never thought of it like that. I guess I can handle being pampered by a few babes for an hour or two, maybe 3. I do have some, whiskers that need some attention. Who knows, maybe it won't be so bad after all.
Yeah, you guys are right. I think there's a lot more writing on these facials than you might think. Let's face it, if Aunt Millie finds out we're not really girls, she's gonna kick us out of here so fast it won't even be funny.
Yeah, don't worry, we got it.
Oh, I do hope you girls don't mind talking a little business now. I've asked Mr. Hines to come over and bring my updated financial reports. He should be here any minute. I want to explain to you girls all my finances and holdings. I want you to have some sort of grasp of what you're getting yourself into. Some people don't realize that being in charge of so much money is one big headache after another.
Oh, I'm sure it is, Aunt Millie. It must be hard not knowing who your real friends are and who's just out to get something from you. You'll have to teach us your tricks.
Oh, I will, dear. Starting with this little tidbit. The most important thing you can do to protect yourselves and your finances is to surround yourself with competent people. Take Olivia, for instance. I trust her implicitly. If there's ever a problem, I know I can count on her to fix it. She's invaluable to me.
Thank you, Miss Harrington. I do try.
Dear. Oh, I'll get it. Thank you, dear. It's probably Mr. Hines.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Hines. Come right on in. Hi, Jack. Mr. Hines. Miss Harrington's expecting you.
May I say you're looking pretty today, Olivia? I have a portfolio she requested.
Do come in. I'd like to introduce you to my nieces. This is Patricia.
Nice to meet you, young
Same here.
And this is Victoria.
A pleasure, Mr. Hines.
And this is Roberta.
The pleasure is all mine, Roberta. It's so nice to finally meet you and your lovely sisters. Olivia's told me all about you.
All lies, I'm sure, Jack.
Nonsense, Roberta. I've told Mr. Hines nothing but the truth.
Did you bring everything I asked for?
Yes, ma'am. I have a detailed copy of all of your assets. Just let me set up your banking accounts on my computer, and we can begin. Here we are. Now, as you can see, Miss Harrington's total net worth is listed at the top of the screen. This amount can also be found in part portfolio she had me create for you.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness. That is an amazing amount of money.
Yes, it is, dear. I've invested very wisely over the years.
But that's an insane amount of money.
Boy, yes, dear. Jack is very thorough with his work.
Aunt Millie, when did you have enough time to... Honey?
Take deep breaths, dear. This money's all going to belong to you and your sisters very soon.
How soon?
I thought Dad said that we were going to have to wait till you kicked the...
Until I died?
Well, yeah, he said that...
Excuse me for saying so, but Jebediah Hollis is a pain in the butt. I'm as healthy as a horse, and he knows it. Besides, I don't plan on dying for a long time. The money you see here will all belong to you three before you leave here on Sunday.
But why would Pa say that you were going to...
Everything will be explained later on, dear, I'm sure.
I don't understand anything anymore.
Aunt Millie, what will happen to you after you sign over all your money?
Oh, it's sweet of you to be concerned, dear, but I've already stashed away a considerable amount of money to support me for the rest of my life. The money in these accounts will all belong to you three to do with whatever you please.
Mr. Hines? Excuse me. I mean, Jack. What are these black marks?
Oh, they're passwords to the accounts. They've all been blocked out for now. When Miss Harrington officially signs over her finances, I'll reveal what they are.
Well, now I appreciate the precautionary measures, Jack. I see no need to wait with the access codes. I'll put a copy on my desk before you leave here.
But Olivia specifically told me you wouldn't want to
Miss
reveal
Harrington.
this just yet. As your financial
You should
advisor...
before you
No.
leave, Jack.
Yes, ma'am. I'll see to it.
And now, girls, what do you think about all this? Do you think you'll be able to handle being in charge of so much money?
Well, we don't know too much about managing finances, but I'm sure we can learn.
But Robert, Roberta, dear sister, you know just about everything there is to... But you...
I know nothing. Absolutely nothing about managing finances.
You say
Don't
so.
worry, dear. I'll teach you everything I know.
Shall I show Mr. Hines out, Miss Harrington?
No, dear, I will. Thank you for coming over, Jack. Oh, Olivia, will you call the orphanage and remind them about the children's visit?
Of course.
Thank you.
Girls! There you are. You know, I've been looking around for you three.
How are you doing tonight, Katrina?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. You know, girls, I happened to be outside earlier, and you know, I happened to notice your three brothers. They must love you three an awful lot to come all the way out here to Miss Harrington's.
Oh, they certainly do. They're such kind people. Oh, especially Robert. He's so nice.
Indeed. If Robert were my brother, I would marry him. He's just so...
Good looking and smart, too. He's definitely the smartest of our three adopted brothers.
That's yet to be determined.
Oh, really? I think you should get to know people before you make judgments, Olivia.
I think I know his type well enough.
And what would that be exactly?
Girls, just ignore Olivia. Olivia can be such a prude sometimes.
Excuse me?
I, on the other hand, tend to agree with you three. Robert seems like he should have women lining and falling at his feet. I wish I knew more about him.
Well, like what?
Like, does he have a steady girlfriend?
Robert? Heck no.
Oh, now Victoria, be nice. You know Jilly has plans for him. They're practically engaged.
Robert did not ask that girl to marry him, and you darn well know it, Patricia.
She does think that she's going to become Mrs. Robert Hollis. You have to admit that.
I wouldn't. I mean, Robert would admit no such thing. In fact, I think he'd rather die than marry Jilly. I wouldn't be surprised if he found some sweet little thing here, just to take home and show her how committed he is to not getting married to her.
Do tell, girls.
Robert thinks Jilly's not good enough for him.
And that's too bad. She's a very pretty girl.
If one likes ditzy broads, Robert prefers girls with brains.
I highly doubt that. There is not a guy around here who would pick smarts over looks.
Oh, really? Speaking from experience, Olivia?
Ha ha! No offense, Roberta, but your brother Robert doesn't seem like much of a thinker, let alone the fact that he's rude.
Rude? Olivia, who's being rude now? Girls, I don't see that quality in him at all.
Me neither. Robert's my hero.
Mine too.
Okay, girls, enough about Robert.
Yeah, enough about Robert.
For once, Olivia's right. Just don't forget, we're all getting a cut of the millions. Remember? Speaking of which, when did Aunt Millie say she was going to get back? I really need to talk to her about something important.
Is there a problem? I am involved in every aspect of Miss Harrington's business, so if there is a problem, I'm sure I could help you out.
No, that's quite all right. It can wait till the morning. It's more of a family matter anyways.
Well, since Aunt Millie's not here, I think I'm gonna mosey on upstairs and get some shut-eye. How about you guys? I mean, girls.
Victoria, I think you're right. I am feeling pretty tired. Come along, Patricia.
Good night, girls.
Good night, Katrina.
Good night. Sleep time.
Come on, Katrina. Let's go over tomorrow's schedule.
Yes, Olivia. You didn't have to drag me all over the city, you know.
You said you wanted to go for a walk.
Yes, but I didn't want to walk 5 miles. Now my feet are sore.
Sasha, I know this is difficult for you, but you have to understand me. Everything's gonna work out.
This whole situation is infuriating.
You're back soon.
One would think I lived here.
Did Olivia call you again?
Not this time. I was in the neighborhood checking in on Miss Catherine's cat, and I thought I'd stop by and check in on Athena before I call it a night.
I kept her outside like you suggested.
And has she been barking anymore?
She hasn't made a sound.
Right, well, I'll go have a quick peek at her. If I'm lucky, she'll be asleep and I won't have to disturb her. Dennis?
That was fast. Was she asleep?
Yes, the sleeping medicine I gave her seemed to be working like a charm. You didn't take any of those for yourself, did you?
What? Me? Do I look like the kind of guy who would take drugs intended for an animal?
You never know these days.
Well, I didn't, and I'm not. Because if I did, my father would disown me, and...
Dennis! Dennis!
And I'm just tired, and it's been a long day.
Right, I'm tired myself. I gotta get going.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. I'm sure Miss Harrington will appreciate it.
Yeah. You have a good night.
You too.
Well, as I was saying, I know it's early, but this is the only time we can get everyone together.
Early? It's 9 o'clock. We usually get up at 5.
5? Oh, my Jebediah and I are going to have some words about that.
But I didn't think you ever talked to our father.
Oh, no, dear, I don't. It's just a figure of speech, nothing to get excited about. Now, the purpose of this meeting is to interview 4 new candidates for the Harrington Foundation scholarships. David is the CEO. It's his responsibility to find young individuals who fall outside the normal range of students who would be worthy enough to receive a full scholarship to college. Oh, shall we begin with the first candidate, David?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Harrington. I do believe I've found some quite interesting candidates for today. Darth, may you please come up here and introduce yourself?
Hello, Mrs. Harrington.
Oh.
My name is Darth.
Hello, Darth. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I was born in a place far, far away from here. But I do like it here in the States. My mother died when I was very, very young, and I never really knew my father. So I was raised by an old family friend who taught me everything I know. And he's not getting any younger, so my goal is to study economics at the university.
Oh, economics?
Yes, ma'am. My friend says I have enough skill and brains to do anything I want, but he is afraid of my vicious nature.
I'm curious, Darth. Why does he do that?
Because I want to be the most powerful man in the world someday.
Never mind. I'll discuss your application with my nieces and we will get back to you.
Seriously?
Hey, Darth is legit. His IQ is sky high.
He kind of sounds like a potential terrorist to me.
Who is the next candidate?
Terry is the next candidate. Miss Harrington will see you now.
Miss Harrington, ladies, these are my nieces. Please tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Terry West, and my greatest ambition is to become an engineer. I really like to design and build things, but right now, I'm working at a dead-end job in a factory. I'm not putting my skills to any use at all, and I'm smart, Miss Harrington. I'm really just looking for someone to believe in me. Please consider giving me a scholarship.
Oh, we'll let you know, dear. She was nice. Who's next?
Delaney is next. Please come up and introduce yourself now.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Miss Harrington. My name's Delaney. My request is simple. I want to be a firefighter, but I can't afford to go to school ever since my house burned down.
Oh, you lost your home? I'm so sorry. What happened?
Oh, I did it. See, I dropped some candles on the ground, and once the fire started, patterns were so pretty. I just couldn't bring myself to call for help.
So you just let your house burn down?
But I did earn some valuable experience at my town's local fire station on account of the jet. Fire is my thing. What do you say?
I'll have to think about it. Thank you for coming in.
Does the word pyro come to mind?
Moving on. Who was our last candidate, David?
Joe is our last candidate for today. You may now come up and introduce yourself to Miss Harrington.
Yes, sir.
Oh, calm down, dear. You're shaking.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say your name was?
Joe. It's just Joe.
Oh, are you nervous, Joe?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, please tell us about yourself.
I'm a car thief.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm trying not to be. I just can't seem to help myself.
I'm sorry, but Miss Harrington doesn't like to give her money away to criminals. This is clearly a waste of our time.
I'd like to hear what Joe has to say.
Of course you would.
Very well. Why should I pay for your education, Joe? And whatever do you want to study?
I want to study business, ma'am. My parents died a few years back, and I've been taking care of my younger brothers and sisters ever since.
Is that why you steal cars? So you can feed your siblings?
No, I steal cars to help pay for my habit.
Your habit? You really should just leave. This is going nowhere.
What habit, Joe?
My habit of, well, I give too much of my money away. You see, I met some veterans who live under a bridge on 7th Street. They're all men who fought for our country, and everybody has just forgotten them. They have no home, no money, very little food, so I help them out as much as I can. I figure if I could get a scholarship to pay for my education, then I'd be able to help them more. Maybe buy them a house or something.
Oh, thank you, dear. We'll be in touch.
Joe?
Yes?
Before you leave, how much do you think it would cost to buy a house for those veterans?
I'm not sure.
Well, how about it, Aunt Millie? I really like the fact that Joe wants to help out the veterans.
Now, wait just a minute. You can't go buying anyone anything. You don't have the money yet.
What do you think, Aunt Millie?
Well, I like what Joe is trying to do, but we really don't need to buy a house. I already have about 20 sitting empty. You and your sisters could help Joe pick one out. Would you like that, Joe?
Yes, ma'am, I'd like that very much.
There is one condition, though.
Yes?
Ooh, let me guess. Don't steal any more cars.
If you can do that, consider your education paid for in full.
How will I ever thank you?
Stay out of jail.
Yes, ma'am, thank you so much. I will.
Bringing in Joe is a good move, David. I'll discuss the other candidates and then we'll let you know. Olivia?
I'll show you out, David.
And now, I know you girls like Joe, but what did you think about the other 3 candidates?
Well, Darth and Delaney are scary. But Terry doesn't seem like a bad lady.
I agree.
She'd get my vote.
Very well. I will let David know that we will also be offering a scholarship to Terry.
So, you mean, just like that, you're gonna dish out thousands of dollars based on our opinions?
Oh, yes, just like that. You are my nieces. Oh, that must be the grooming entourage. Are you girls ready for your facials?
Ready as we'll ever be.
Dennis!
Come on in, ladies.
Mildred! Dad! It's a wonderful to see you again. And Olivia, you are so sweet, child. And these wonderful creatures must be your great niece. Well, let me make the introductions. This is Leslie, and the other charming member of my crew is Mercy.
I thought you said they were gonna be hot.
I didn't know they were gonna
Nice call, sis.
Well. It looks like we were cut out for us. And where shall we begin?
My nieces want facials, Lydia. Is there anything you can do with them?
Well, of course I can! If you let me out, complete control. It'll be beautiful.
Oh my, this could take a long, long time. Perhaps we should get started.
Leslie's right.
She's always right. Mildred, go away and let me concentrate on your nieces.
Very well. I do have some things to work on this study. I'll just be in there for a while. Olivia? Oh, and Lydia, I expect stunning results.
Poor Mildred. I always do standing work. That's why my services are worth every penny.
All right, girls. Lay your heads back and relax.
Yes, we
we will get. Oh, you say. Now do the business.
We'll start by preparing your faces with hot moisture. This will only take a few minutes. Then we'll apply the extractor.
Extractor?
Yes, sir. It's one of my special creations. I mix together. Oh, you say. The mud. It dries out the. Oh, you say. The bad oils from your face. It's a very expensive creation.
And, you sell this mud to people by the bottle?
Fortunately, than that. My mud is much too expensive to sell by the bottle. It costs many dollars for each application. But for my good friend Mildred, I give her the discount. For my good friend, I charge her only $200.
$200? Do you hear that, brothers? I mean, sisters? We should start bottling up the mud on our farm. I bet we could patent and market this stuff.
Do you actually sell your mud for $200 an application?
Listen, the rich people will buy anything if you tell them it's, oh, you said, rare. And my mud is extremely rare.
Yeah, look around. Rich people pay very high prices on horrendously ugly paintings. Just because someone has told them that those paintings are pieces of genuine art.
Take diamonds, for example. They're really not worth as much as everyone thinks they are, but diamond manufacturers insist they have a greater market value, and people just pay more.
Oh, and clothes. Have you seen what some of the fashion models are wearing on the runways lately? Some of those outfits are atrocious, but rich people still tend to buy them because they have a certain designer's name attached to them. I wouldn't be caught dead in some of those things.
Wait, so you're telling me you charge my aunt a ridiculously high price just because she'll pay it?
Oh, good heavens! No, you misunderstand! My mud is more than special. I guarantee it personally.
Wait, my aunt actually lets you get away with this?
Yagda. Obviously, you know nothing about, oh, you say running a business. If a person has money, they simply must be charged higher prices or else they will feel insulted. I wouldn't dare insult Mildred. She's one of my best customers.
What a bunch of
Easy, Roberta.
Girls! Lay your heads back. And it's time to play the extractor.
I think I'm gonna pass the extractor.
Yeah, me too.
Same here. Since I practically bathe in this stuff every day back on the farm, I think I can afford this thing. I'm like, extractor.
You bathe in the mud? That must be so, how you say, purifying for your skin.
Very well then. It's your choice. We'll get these facials finished for you in no time.
Yes, what colors would you like on your faces? Oh, wild pink. Wanda, wild pink would not look so good. And, maybe I should choose.
Yeah, knock yourself out with that. Just make sure I look better than my sisters.
Yes.
What's that?
Eyeshadow. Hold still while I apply it, will ya?
It's purple.
I know.
Let me put this lipstick on, Patricia. You're gonna love this.
A little Lean back, I'm going to do your lipstick now. There we go. Gorgeous.
My pretty
Are you done, girls?
Don't fight. Don't fight.
Advance, advance! Stand up and prance for me.
France?
She means like walk around. Lydia likes to see a handiwork.
Yes, my handiwork. You are now. Oh, you stay beautiful.
I'm a single lady.
That's not what I'm seeing.
Mildred! Damn, don't they look simply fantastic?
Why? Oh, my goodness, Lydia, you've outdone yourself.
I know.
My nieces look wonderful.
Is something wrong, Olivia?
Nothing's wrong, dear.
Is
Your nieces look really nice.
Nice? They look perfect. If you excuse me now, I must. How you say? The paddle.
Paddle?
Yes, the paddle.
Skedaddle?
Yes, of course, dear. I'll let my assistant know how much I owe you, and she'll see you get it. Olivia, dear, will you show these girls to the door? Oh, did you girls enjoy yourself today?
Oh, very much.
Yes.
I told you they were wonderful.
Aunt Millie, we really got to talk.
Are you trying to convince Aunt Millie not to sign over her millions, man?
Yeah, what was that all about, Robert? You want those millions, don't you? Why didn't you let her know about your talent? You know everything there is to know about numbers.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Robert. You can look at rows and rows of numbers and just add them up in your head in seconds. Why wouldn't you want Aunt Millie to know about your special talent?
Because, Patrick, something's not right.
What do you mean?
Regardless of what Paul thinks, Aunt Millie seems like a perfectly intelligent woman to me. I think I might be wrong, but I think they know each other more than they're letting on.
Well, you heard Daddy doesn't like the woman one bit.
Like I said, I could be wrong. But answer this question. Why, on the spur of the moment, would she decide to just sign over her millions to 3 people she hadn't even met yet? We could be boys dressing up as girls for all she knows.
Hey, Earth to Robert, we are boys. Dressing up like girls.
I think you're starting to like it.
Shut up, dude.
Maybe we just grown on her.
It's definitely not that. Look, I took a gander at the profiles that Mr. Hines gave us, and there's quite a bit of money that's been deducted from these accounts. Yeah, the columns don't add up. The problem is I don't know where it's going.
Well, what are we supposed to do about that?
We've got to tell Aunt Millie, that's what we've got to do.
You're right, we need to let her know the reports are off.
Oh, I'm sorry for these constant interruptions, dears. This is supposed to be our weekend together, but things
Thanks, Aunt Millie. We were actually just discussing something we wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, and what's that?
Well, Roberta found some problems with the ledgers that Mr. Hines gave us.
Excuse me, but Mr. Hines is not a man that would make a mistake.
Well, this time he did.
And how would you know that? I thought
You didn't know anything about numbers or financing, huh, Roberta?
I did say that, but I showed them to my brother Robert. He's a financial wizard.
you showed Miss Harrington's financial reports to your brother Robert?
As a matter of fact, I did, Olivia.
You shouldn't have done that.
Olivia, dear, it's quite all right. What did Robert find?
Well, Robert said some of the numbers in the columns don't add up. He thinks Mr. Hines should redo them.
How dare you! Olivia, what has gotten into you? Roberta has a right to be concerned about things that don't add up.
Well, Miss Harrington, Mr. Hines has worked for you for quite a while now, and he's never made any mistakes with his calculations before. I just don't understand why we should trust some stranger over Mr. Hines.
Roberta is not a stranger, Olivia. She is my niece.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to call Mr. Hines and have him go over his numbers. I'd like an updated copy by this evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and while you're doing that, I promised to show my nieces the garden. We shouldn't be out long.
Yes,
ma'am. Come on, girls.
Do you have grapes in your garden, Aunt Millie?
And no, dear, it's a flower garden.
So you don't have melons?
No, they're not flowers.
Dennis, have you gotten a chance to talk to the Hollis boys about Roberta yet?
Not yet. I've been too busy running after things from Mr. Wesley.
Dennis!
When Miss Harrington told him to make himself at home, I'm afraid he took it quite literally.
Dennis, if you don't get a move on that soon, you may not be able to, because from what I hear, Miss Harrington plans to sign over her millions tomorrow afternoon. You better get a move on that soon.
Tomorrow afternoon? Well,
Yes.
that's rather quick, isn't it?
Tell me about it. I plan on introducing myself to Robert today. You know, Roberta told me that he's practically engaged to some girl back in his hometown, but he isn't too thrilled about it. In fact, she swears that he would hook up with just about anyone to get away from her.
So that's why you've been smiling all day?
Why else?